everybody, and welcome to this Feeling Crafty tutorial. Today I'm going to share with you two quick easy ways to make a beautiful ombre background. Ombre is where one colour fades into another, so like the background on this card where we've got some pool party fading through to some gumball green. Very quick and easy to do, also very fashionable at the moment, so let's get started. What you're going to need for this technique, first of all, is some of the Stampin' Up! Watercolour paper. Very important that you use watercolour paper for this technique because we are going to get it somewhat soggy along the way. It really is a case of the wetter the better for this technique. You're also going to need something to make it wet with, and here I'm using one of the Stampin' Up! Spritzes. I've just got water in here, lovely and easy to use. Now for the first you're going to need your ink pads. Today I'm using Pool Party and Lucky Limeade. Now for one of the techniques you're going to need a couple of stamping sponges. This is actually half of one of the sponges that I've cut ready to use. So let's just pop those to one side for a moment. And for the other technique you're going to need a watercolour brush. This is one of the Stampin' Up! Aqua painters. The other thing I'm using, just to stop my table getting too soggy, but isn't necessary for the technique, is my silicone mat. This will just stop the water running through and leaving me with a soggy table, a soggy desk. And the other thing I like to have to hand when I do anything with too much water is some good old kitchen towel. You can't go wrong with a bit of kitchen towel, so I'll just pull off a sheet of that, ready for when we're ready for it. Okay, so let's get started. This is just a section of the card that the watercolour paper that I've cut already. I'm just going to open up my two ink pads ready. So there's my Pool Party. Whoops, come back. There's my Lucky Limeade. It's on a bit of an escape plan. There we go. So we've got them ready beside us. And the first thing we're going to do is spritz our card. So just going to make it nice and wet all over, just like that. There we go. Then I'm going to take my first colour, in this case Pool Party. And I'm just going to rub some of the Pool Party ink over the card like this. And you can keep going just to get it as dark as you want. And I'm going to come back in with a little bit of Lucky Limeade. Now, because I'm right-handed, I'm just turning that round for ease. But obviously you don't need to do that. There we go, there's some green. And then I'm just going to come back in with our Pool Party, because it's the paler colour, and just rub over the base where it joins. There we go. Technique one. Lovely piece of ombre paper. Now we could just put that aside to dry, and it's a nice sunny day here, so hopefully it wouldn't take too long. But if you're in a real hurry, then you could always use your Stampin' Up! Heat gun. The new heat gun from Stampin' Up's got two settings. Number one is for drying and number two is for heat embossing, so we just need it on number one. I'm just going to pop this to one side now because you really don't need to sit and watch ink dry. Okay, so the other technique, whoops, I've managed to smudge that already, never mind. We're going to start exactly the same way by getting our paper lovely and wet. I need to refill my spritzer, but I think we've got just about enough to do this. And we'll just make sure it's lovely and wet with our aqua painter. And just rub some more water over it just to be sure. Yes, we've got lovely lots there. Now what I've done ahead of shooting the video is I've just popped a drop of re-inker in each of the lids of our two colours that I'm using. So again, it's the Pool Party and the Lucky Limeade, and what we're going to do is just paint on some of the colour like this, cleaning my brush by just scribbling on my grid paper when I've finished, again turning it around because I'm right-handed, rubbing a green, and you can see this gives you a lovely soft effect. Let's make this one a little bit greener, I think, fading through to a subtle blue. We need a little bit more Pool Party. Let's just clean out our green, pick up some more Pool Party, and there we go. You can see that we've got two beautiful ombre pieces of paper, and if you don't like the fade, just add more water and keep playing. Pop a little bit more Pool Party in there. There we go. And there we have it, two pieces of ombre paper ready to go. Now once they're dry, you can stamp on them with your usual inks. This sample I showed you was stamped using just my regular Island Indigo and Gumball Green ink pads. Do make sure it's totally dry before you stamp. If you want, you could also use an ink light stays on. If you've got any questions about this technique, please do get in touch. It'd be lovely to hear from you, and I look forward to catching up with you soon. Thanks, bye-bye.